Hi guys, it's me again, Grey from GreyDynasty. I promised a video in a couple of days. I was coming to Tel Aviv. I'm in Tel Aviv now. I told you about it last time that I'll be coming here working, and I'm quite excited about being here. I'm up at the David Intercontinental Hotel. I think I'm on the 20-something floor. It's amazing. I can't resist. I get to share the view. It's beautiful. It's been wonderful being here. The temperatures are amazing as well. We've got still temperatures in the 30 degrees Celsius and above, so it's been beautiful. And I've had a chance to go out. It was really hot. It was really crowded. Beautiful city. I love it. Lovely people. I met amazing people. That it's a really nice place to be. I did a video about a couple days ago when I was in France, Lyon, and I've had an opportunity to watch it and to listen, and I of course picked up a few mistakes, something I wouldn't have done if I hadn't taken the leap of faith to just post it pretty much raw, because my editing skills are still a lot wanting, and I just said, you know what, you'll never get started, so just start. First of all, before I start, let me address some things about the last video, because that was my first video and I noticed a few mistakes that I made. For instance, I will start with the volume. For those of you that took the trouble to probably put on headphones and listen, thank you for that. I didn't check it. I didn't check it before recording. Big mistake. I've checked this one, so I'm sure the volume is up. Got a good mic, there's no reason it shouldn't pick the volume. I just didn't push it all the way in, silly me. Another thing was the length. I didn't quite want it to get that long. Your time is valuable, and if I'm going to sit here and you're going to accord me some of your time, I best keep it short. So another thing was my eye movement, which I'm still doing right now. I think excessive, looking off to the side. Apparently I have trouble just holding your gaze. See, I can do that. Okay, if I can just do this for the remainder of this video. So those are some of the things I picked that I should probably watch. And also the hand movement is a bit of that in excess. So today, if I notice I'm doing that, I'll just sit on my hands. Yeah, deal. Okay, today I wanted to talk about the topic of practicing in public, which is just perfect, because I feel like what I did with my previous video was just that. I practiced in public. We've got a saying that practice makes perfect, and we all believe that to be true. And it is on one hand, but it quite isn't on the other. So to a certain extent, you could say that's accurate, but really when you analyze it, it depends on the kind of practice that you're doing. It depends on what kind of practice. You could be practicing but not improving. If you're practicing and you're not really improving, chances are that you're in your comfort zone, and there's no real accountability to force you to actually do your best work. And you're not embarrassed. You've done it in private. Nobody knows about your goofs. The goofs that you remember are those that you made in public, Those are the things that happen in public, in a public arena, are the things that you actually learn from the most. I just realized that you raise the bar when you do it in public as opposed to when you do it in private, because when you do it in private, you don't really hold yourself accountable, because you're like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it, I did that wrong. But it doesn't really stay with you as much as it does when you realize, oh my god, everybody else saw that, or what was I thinking, I'm such a dummy, why did I put that out there? So it kind of forces you to be more alert about what you're doing and how you can change it, how you can improve it, how you can make it better. So in a sense, the last video, putting myself out there like that, was a way of saying, I realized I just have to start, You can only practice for so long, and there is such a thing as practicing too much. You can practice, and never get out to doing it. And you know what is worse? You actually convince yourself that you're doing something, because after all, you're practicing, aren't you? So, well, you know, I'm doing something, I'm practicing, I'm not ready yet, I'm just practicing, I'm practicing. It's very easy to kid yourself and say that, but in reality, you're just procrastinating, because that's what we do, majority of us humans. We procrastinate a little bit too much, and as long as we're able to tell ourselves that I'm doing something, I'm practicing, that kind of allows us to procrastinate even further, as opposed to just shipping. That's an editing term, where you just ship your work, your piece of writing, whether it's done or not. So you've got to learn to just say, you know what, I've practiced long enough, I've planned long enough, I have prepared long enough, the 3 Ps. Once you find you're doing too much of that, you actually come to a point when you realize, oh my God, I'm out of excuses. I can't even say I'm preparing anymore, because I've got all my notes, I've got my Excel spreadsheet, I've got topics I want to tackle, I've been sitting on this for months now, and there's no reason I'm not putting it out there except that I'm procrastinating. And the reason I'm allowing myself to procrastinate is because I'm telling myself that I'm doing something, because I'm saying I'm practicing. Hey, but you're practicing in private. As long as you're practicing in private, there's no pressure to move forward. There's no pressure to actually deliver. There's no pressure to actually achieve. Now, you try go public, see what that will do for you. First of all, you will be totally embarrassed when you see, you know, all the mistakes you've made. But take comfort in knowing that nothing was ever learned in things that we did perfect. The things we always remember, the mistakes we never make twice, are those things that we got wrong the first time. The exam question you failed is the one you remember for the rest of your life. So don't worry about that too much. The second point is learning. And there's several methods to learn, but really largely it's divided into 2 categories. You learn by doing, or you learn by watching. I don't know if you're familiar with the Kolb concept, Kolb, where the studies show that we learn, and we learn on a continuum of the 2. And I know for myself that I learn by doing. I can watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and never learn. You've got to put me to work. You've got to roll up my sleeves and just get me to work. Really, I'm not a show pony. I'm actually a workhorse. If you put me to work, I'm going to learn what I'm supposed to do. So this is kind of what I'm doing, and this is what I kind of want to encourage you guys to find out. If your style of learning is by doing, get doing. Just do it, you know, get going, because you're not going to learn any other way. You have to just take the bull by the horns. You've got to take the leap of faith, and you've got to say, okay, here goes, and then jump. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Like I said last time, fall flat on your face. Well, get up, dust off, keep going. We really perfect our craft while we're doing it. We perfect our craft while we're at it, while we're hacking away at it, day by day, step by step, you know, issue by issue, topic by topic. As long as we're thinking in terms of practicing in private, it's quite unlikely that we'll get there as fast as we should. Which brings me to the third concept. Oh, that was a beautiful segue. The third concept is to practice and fail faster so you can improve faster. You never learn anything from being perfect. You never learn anything by just doing it right all the time. You actually learn most when you fail. We rarely remember the things we do right. We always remember where we got it wrong, so we never get it wrong again when we get a chance for a do-over. When you actually perform in public, you tend to do your best work. We tend to do our best work when we know somebody's watching, because that means there's accountability, there is feedback, there is a consequence to, you know, our work. When you create work and you put it out there for consumption, you're actually looking to, you know, achieve a purpose. You're looking to make a connection. And when that happens, it's hooray, you know, more power to us. When that doesn't happen, it can be an opportunity to learn in terms of how can I do this differently and what do I need to change so I can actually achieve my purpose. Some of these things you only learn by getting feedback. And after all, feedback is the breakfast of champions. And if you're not receiving any feedback to know that you're doing something right, you know, then you really don't know. You really don't know what you're doing. So I kind of, with this video, I want to encourage us all to just take the leap of faith. Like, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Dare, just get out there and do it. Just get out there and say, you know what, I've been practicing long enough, so I've got my data, I've got my articles, I've got my bullet points, and it's been months. I have to ship. I must have to ship. I just have to ship, because there's really no two ways about it at this point. You can't say I'm still learning. Some of our best creatives actually never felt ready for their work. I mean, if you read biographies of any of the greats, whether it's painters or musicians, they never felt their work was complete. Not a single one of them. Nobody felt this book is as good as it's ever going to get. Nobody felt this painting is top form, this is as good as it's going to get. Nobody felt this music I've just written is perfect for eternity. You know, they all felt like there's something I could have done, there's something I can still do, there's something I can still change. But at the end of the day, they had to say ship. You know, just ship it, take it, like put it out for consumption, let the chips fall where they may. And that's kind of what we've all got to learn to do if we're going to achieve our dreams and, you know, get out there and leave a mark on the world, show that we were here watching. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and please subscribe to my Snapchat. I Snapchatted a bit today, probably 1 or 2 clips. You know, I should have done more, quite frankly, and I'm still thinking of going out there and taking a few more snaps. Well, I'll see how that goes. But for now, thanks for watching. I appreciate your love, your support, and go get. Bye-bye. So with that, I'm gonna bid you adieu, and voila, love you.